Bas. Ladies and gentlemen, the politics of this country is now becoming sweeter. And just like I keep on saying on this platform, politics is a very interesting game. And at the same time, politics is a very dirty game. The Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, has formally or informally ordered over 100 members of parliament from Jubilee Party who are allied to his camp, the UDA camp, to officially tender their resignation from Jubilee Party by the end of the day tomorrow. Which means tomorrow is the D-Day. We will be able to know how many members of parliament will actually heed to William Ruto's order. And what will that mean to President Uhuru Kenyatta's party? The truth of the matter is that Jubilee as a political party has 199 members of parliament. So tomorrow we will be able to know how many members of parliament actually belongs to William Samoei Ruto. They've always speculated, Mara 150, Mara 160. Tomorrow is the D-Day. Let me just break for you guys how the members of parliament are spread. We have 140 MPs elected on Jubilee ticket or their affiliate. Then we have 25 women representatives elected on Jubilee Party. We have 24 senators elected on Jubilee Party. And then 10 of them are nominated. That makes it 199. According to the Register of Political Parties, anybody who intends to run in August general election must be able to belong to a party. And that must happen before 26th of March 2022. So which means if you want to run on UDA party, constitutionally you must be able to resign from that party, from Jubilee Party, for example, or ODM Party, and then join UDA Party any day before 26th of March. But UDA Party leader, the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, has actually ordered his members to engineer mass exodus by tomorrow. They are doing that because IBC cannot conduct elections 90 days to the next general election. 90 days to the next general election is actually, that should be 3 months. That should be by May. So they can't conduct elections by May. So if someone was to resign today, it will not be possible for anybody to apply and IBC conducts election. And again, the advantage they have is that aspirants, people who want to contest those seats, many aspirants will not be willing to spend their money for the remainder, like it's going to remain like 1 month. Then parliament dissolved. They won't be able to do that. And Jubilee Party, through their Secretary General, Raphael Tuju, has also stated that if those members will go ahead and resign, they will not push for any punishment, which means these over 100 members of parliament, if they will be over 100, they can go ahead, tender their resignations, and then they'll just continue as members of parliament. So the question which most Kenyans are asking, what is the motivation for William Samoei Ruto to order these members of parliament to resign? Is it possible that William Samoei Ruto, as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, will also resign alongside these members of parliament? That's something which, personally, at this stage, I can't tell. But in this video, I want to give you the main reasons why William Ruto is ordering these members of parliament to resign. I can predict that by tomorrow, less than 100 members of parliament shall have resigned. There are those who will resign. But there are those who turned William Ruto's current office into hotel or supermarket. Those ones will not resign. And then there are those who are still undecided. Those ones will not resign. So what is the motivating factor? Before we go into that, if you're watching this channel for the first time, please, if you're watching it for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue to thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now, why do you think William Ruto is ordering these members of parliament to resign by tomorrow? And by the way, President Uhuru Kenyatta is in Mombasa today. And again, he has launched an attack on his deputy. I'm going to do that analysis next. But why do you think the deputy president has ordered his troops to resign en masse? 5 reasons only. Number one, the deputy president actually wants to engineer mass exodus from Jubilee Party. In fact, when UDA was formed, the original plan of William Samoei Ruto was that he wanted to engineer mass exodus from Jubilee to UDA. That did not happen because majority of members of parliament were not willing to resign. Even the officials of Jubilee Party were unwilling to resign. So that idea was shelved. But today is the right time. So why would the deputy president engineer mass exodus from Jubilee Party? The answer to that question is very simple. Politics is a game of perception. So the perception outside there is that if you will be able to get over 100 members of parliament resigning, the perception will be President Uhuru Kenyatta and his Jubilee Party are now just a shell. But if he will not be able to get the right number of members of parliament, like there are 199, so if less than 100 will resign, it will mean that it's now 50-50. Or questions will actually be asked about members of parliament, UDA members of parliament in quotes, and their honesty to Ruto. So he wants to engineer mass exodus to create the perception that Jubilee Party is actually now a shell. That's number one. Number two, the deputy president is well aware of what Uhuru Kenyatta can do. Is well aware that Uhuru Kenyatta is now going to start playing politics. And he's also aware of the NDC which the president has called. Now, for the deputy president, his main motive of engineering this mass exodus is actually to frustrate the Jubilee National Delegates Conference, which is supposed to happen between 25th and 26th. He wants to pull a surprise by asking over 100 members of parliament to resign, so that those who are organizing this event, they'll attend this event, but members of parliament will not be there. And probably that's why you saw when Uhuru invited members of parliament to State House, was it last week? Majority of Tanga guys were demanding for the president to share photos. I remember Dennis Itumbi sharing the photo of Jubilee PG in 2017 after the election. And he shared another photo of just around less than 20 people. And it was like majority of those people are with William Samoei Arap Ruto. So the idea is basically to frustrate that NDC. So what is going to happen is that after these members resign, then William Ruto is also going to engineer resignation of officials from Jubilee, like the county officials and the rest. The only challenge he has is that President Uhuru Kenyatta is the president of the Republic of Kenya. He has intelligence, and probably the president might have replaced most of those officials. And that's why in their announcement, Jubilee Party stated very clearly that that event will follow strict COVID rules so that they'll be able to admit only those they want in that party. So that's number two. The third reason why the deputy is doing this is that the deputy president is now keen on identifying those members of parliament who are actually truly are with him. There's no guesswork now. He has told them, you must resign. So some will resign, some will not. So if you will not resign, the deputy president is also telling you, if you will not be resigning, then he will question a lot about your loyalty to him. You know, majority of these members of parliament have really benefited from William Samoei Ruto and his generosity. And this is now the time for them to decide. He wants to count. Are you with me? Yes. Go. Are you with me? Yes. Go. Are you not with me? Remain. So at the end of the day, he will be able to identify the true members of parliament who are actually with him. So if there will be 50, he will be comfortable with those 50. If there will be 100, he will be comfortable with those 100. If those members of parliament will be over 150, the DP will be comfortable with that. But it has reached a point for him where he believes that people must now take positions. You are either with Uhuru and Raila, or you are with the deputy president and his camp. So that's what he's going to do. Identify true UDA allied members of parliament. Number 4, I also tend to think that the DP is doing this to seek for sympathy. Sympathy in the sense that in Azimio, for example, there's a party which was formed, Democratic Action Party of Kenya, which is giving Mudavadi and Weta headache in the larger Western Kenya. Who are the officials of that party? The officials of that party is Wafula Wamunyinyi as the chairperson. From Wamunyinyi, you go to Dr. Eseli Simiyu as the SG of that party. Which means, if Jubilee members of parliament were to resign and join this other political party, and then actions were to be taken against them, then they were going to quote the cases of Wamunyinyi, who are members of parliament in Ford, Kenya, but are officials of another party, and why they're not being kicked out, and why they're being kicked out. So it will be like to seek sympathy. And I think that because of that sympathy is why Raphael Tuju has actually gone ahead of them and announced that Jubilee Party will not remove any of them. Number 5, in my view, is that Ruto now intends to create a momentum for his campaigns. By 120 or over 100 members of parliament resigning en masse, that's a good momentum for him. And is intending to maintain that momentum to the next general election. Remember, there are certain members of parliament who are saying we've stood with the deputy president and it's now his time to reward us. So we will be able to see the demands which some of these members of parliament are also going to place on the table. So I think he wants to create that momentum. And lastly, I think it's about Uhuru Kenyatta's plan to revive Jubilee Party. You know, President Uhuru Kenyatta is saying that I want to revive Jubilee Party. That I was silent and I kept quiet because I was still working. And now that elections are near, the thing I'm going to do is to revive Jubilee Party. So before Jubilee is revived, because the fear in Ruto's camp is that if President Uhuru Kenyatta were to go ahead of the DP and Jubilee starts reviving Jubilee, some of these members of parliament are actually going to shift from his camp to join President Uhuru Kenyatta. And his main target is actually the larger Mount Kenya region. So what the DP is trying to avert is try and scare away President Uhuru Kenyatta from moving to the ground to revive the party. Because by President Uhuru Kenyatta going to the ground without members of parliament, majority of them from the larger Mount Kenya region, what message will that be sending? So probably the president will be scared, will say, okay, majority of members of parliament are not with me now. What do I do? Let me just not go to the ground. Let me wait. And probably you can understand, you can connect that to what the president was saying the other day to Jubilee members of parliament, that he's actually going to fund anybody who is going to contest in Jubilee. Why was he saying that? Uhuru Kenyatta is a tycoon, a billionaire. William Ruto has actually run out of money, and that's why he has even stopped dishing money. Have you seen him dish money in public? No. He's already broke. The president is when the president now wants to come out and start using money. So he's going to entice members of parliament with the money. So before doing that, he's telling the members of parliament, leave, resign. That's politics. Until next time, I'm happy that at least you've taken your time up to this stage. If you know you've watched this video up to this particular stage, please raise your hand. I'm going to say a special thank you to you in the comments section. So just raise your hand and say present. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.